Okay, great. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Um, Welcome to War and Life, Multidisciplinary Approaches to the Russo-Ukraine War, hosted by RU Bloomington and also my house. We are very excited to have you all here today. I am Claire Griffin, Assistant Professor of Russian History and co-organizer. Before we get started, I have some people I would like to thank. Um, First of all, my co-organizers, Irina Voloshina and Svetlana Konovalova. I thank also our speakers and discussants for kindly providing their time and their thoughts, and also our interpreters, Elena Kovalenko, Anastasia Bublik, and Yana Husak. And they are making this possible to hear everything in both English and Ukrainian. Of course, also we thank the sponsors who have made the event possible. That is the Jack and Julia Wicks Fund for the Study of War and Society, the Department of History, and the Robert F. Burns Russian and East European Institute. So thank you to all of those people and institutions. First of all, a couple of practical points. We have two channels for interpretation, and so you can choose to listen to any session in Ukrainian or English by pressing the button at the bottom of your screen. If you look in the chat, our interpreters are giving you instructions to get onto each of the interpretation channels. After our speakers and discussants have completed their remarks in each session, you can post any questions into the chat. Also, you can post in English or in Ukrainian. We will be monitoring the Zoom chat, and I also have my email open, and my email is also in the chat. If you have technical issues as well, please let us know. We will try and fix them. As I said a few minutes ago, we are also recording these sessions, and they will later be available on the Russian and East European Institute YouTube channel. Once we have those prepared and live, we will send out the recordings. So, on to the subject of the conference itself. So why war and life? Why this specific topic? On the 24th of February 2022, I was sitting in my apartment in Kazakhstan, being interviewed over Zoom actually for the job I now have. I am a specialist in pre-modern Russia, and in fact, my current book project is about wounded soldiers in 17th century Russian Empire. So I had previously prepared a set of notes about why is pre-modern Russia important to current events, because IU Bloomington has a lot of students interested in current events. Of course, I then threw out all of these notes on the 24th when Putin is on television justifying the invasion based on the period that I particularly study. At the same time, that week, I was interacting over Zoom and also in person with various colleagues and various friends who were personally affected by the war. So from the start, my experience was both a personal experience of the war from a long way away, of how this was affecting individuals, but also this had an academic component. This is directly related to what I was doing and was shaping what I was doing. So this is really the origin of this. Over the past 3 and a bit years, there have been a lot of really important events about the war, starting it from a variety of angles. What we want to do this weekend is to bring together different angles, different aspects of people's experience and study of the war to have a discussion across different disciplines and for people to share how they have been thinking about war and, as people wish, how they have been experiencing it as well. We have a really wonderful set of speakers and discussants who are going to talk about the experiences of ethnic minorities, talk about art, and talk about folklore. Their papers also deal with different regions affected by the war, from Crimea to the Donbass to deoccupied territories. On Saturday afternoon, we will conclude with a final discussion session to draw together what has emerged from the 3 panels. And we hope you will find this a valuable and thought-provoking event. So I will now ask my co-organizers, Irina and Svetlana, if they would like to add anything here.
I think it is very important to be talking about not just human experiences of the war, but what lessons we can learn in academia, and how we can use this horrible event to teach our students the points about what is war, what is invasion, what is peace. So these very basic but fundamental questions, I hope that they are going to be addressed from different angles, like you, Claire, said. Thank you.
Svetlana Konovalova, would you like to share anything?
Так, добрий день, колеги. Дуже всім дякую перепрошую, тут технічні моменти. Дуже дякую усім за те, що долучилися до нашої зустрічі. І я б тут хотіла сказати, що, на мою думку, зараз дуже важливо говорити про війну і про всі її аспекти, хоча це дуже складно робити наразі. І це зрозуміло. Дуже важко знайти той градус, з яким варто апелювати, звертатися до цієї теми. І чим мені подобається ідея цього семінару, цього заходу, це саме тим, що ми намагаємося знайти той баланс і ставитися з повагою до страждань, до переживань, до втрат людей, які зараз знаходяться в Україні, і з іншого боку спробувати знайти певне теоретичне обґрунтування, певний теоретичний підхід починати принаймні шукати до цього явища, до цієї події. Тому зичу усім нам плідних днів, плідних 2 днів роботи. І ще раз вітаю на цьому заході. Дякую.
Дякую, Irina і Svetlana. Does anyone have any questions about the workshop overall? Any technical questions or other intellectual questions? Okay, in that case, I am going to stop this initial recording here, and